guys, I'm Izzy, also known as Scared Taro.
And I am Dan, also known as Dan? I think I've used that one before.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah. I was going to say Stan, but
Stan.
I sound like a creepy guy writing letters to Eminem. Old reference.
So today, we're going to be reviewing the mystical manga Taro, and the artwork's by Ron, and the text by Barbara Moore. I actually remembered those.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I really like this one. This is my favorite tarot deck by far. The one I first got, and the one I still use the most. So
Even though you've considered it to be mean.
yes. Well, because I'd rather it be truthful.
And it was, what, 2 out of 3 on our yes-no
Yeah, so
test?
that's pretty good for yes-no. Check out our video on that spread if you want
The
to.
yes-no spread. And we also include, we'll also do a video on our personality spread.
Yeah, I bought this one used, so it was only like $10, but on Amazon you can get it for $16 new, so it's a really great deal. You get an amazing guidebook that has both normal and reversals. On the minor arcana, it doesn't have like a full page of text, but the way that Barbara summarized it is like perfect. Like, you don't need anything else for that.
Yeah, because some of your other ones have been either really short or extremely long.
And then the major arcana.
So you're saying this is a perfect balance?
Yes.
And
it
you
has
mentioned that it does reversed,
reversed,
which is
yes.
important to you. Some decks
Don't
that
have it.
don't have a reverse in
And
it.
again, the cards can be perfectly reversed. I was about to bend it in half, and I realized maybe not.
Yeah, maybe not.
Maybe
Okay.
let's not do that. So we'll go through the cards. Now these are all shuffled and reversed, so I'm gonna just put them out. So do you wanna? The artwork on these are beautiful. It's
All right, let's get that right into frame there. Nice gradual zoom. You like that? That's art. Whoa!
And you move the entire camera.
Yeah, there you go. So one of the things you always talk about is how well they recreate the Rider-Waite
Wait,
cards, which is sort of the Rider-Waite, excuse me.
the standard.
The standard. How does this one compare to the standard?
This one does it perfectly. Like this one right here, it's usually a guy and 4 swords sleeping. Again, it's just a girl this time. So the symbolism and all of that is perfect. It's exactly like it again. Normally it's a guy in bed with the 9 swords. Normally he's lying down, but here he's sitting up. So that's really the only difference in this card. But
And why is that important?
well, because when you look at your reading, you could be like, oh, I'll just put this, let me find one that's great for this. Justice right here. So if you do a reading, you look at the first thing that comes to mind. So for example, the first thing I saw was the blindfold. So it could be, you could use that and interpret it into the meaning a little bit more.
So it kind of, when they reference the original deck, it gives a reference point for you in your mind about what they're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas some of these ones that are overly stylized, you kind of lose the card's meaning in the artwork. Is this based on a specific manga?
No, it's just the manga art style.
Mm.
Which, it's not really the manga art style, if I'm going to be honest, as someone who collects manga. But, it's still really nice artwork, regardless. Like, even if you're not a big anime fan, then you would still...
Yeah, you're right. Some look more...
Japanese.
Yeah, and then others look almost, I guess, like more like a European painting.
Yeah, like this one, the Magician.
Yeah, that's sort of, I can see him being a character on Danganronpa.
Yeah, Ultimate Magician. We're not going to talk about her.
No, we're not. Yeah, and then that one, the
Yeah,
King
I'm a
of Swords,
magician.
doesn't really... did not really look like it.
Like, this one doesn't look like anime style.
Yeah, not entirely, no. It does all... They all have sort of the
But
comic
then you
book
look
feel.
at the star. This one really looks anime-like.
Yeah, it does. So not based on a particular one, just based on a genre.
Mm-hmm. What else can I say about this one? My main complaint is the cardstock being thin, so I feel like I need to buy a second one of these, which I'm going to, since it's only $16 on Amazon. And buy a second one soon, to have like a replacement in case these get really torn up.
Huh.
Since it's my main deck.
And what did you already say what your favorite part about this deck is?
My favorite part is that it seems like in the readings, it's more honest. I don't know if that's just my particular one, or if it's the deck in general, but it tends to give really good readings. And the book is really thorough. Like if you just bought this book, or any one by Barbara Moore, I would think, then you don't need anything else. It's good to have the other sources, to see other opinions and etc. But if you were to go off of one book, this would be the one that I would say you should.
So maybe that's probably the best part about this deck is the book that comes with it, really.
Yeah, it's perfect for beginners. The artwork's not too crazy.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. How do you rate this in terms of... Well, first of all, like, what makes a beginner deck versus an expert deck?
Simplicity, but not too simplistic. If you look at the Kawaii Tarot, I don't have that one, but like this, it would just be the heart and the swords. There wouldn't be the girl. It would be really just simple, like one line things, no shading, none of that. And that's way too simple for someone who doesn't know it already.
Oh, kind of like that's what you were saying about the deck you're designing right now. It's soon to be on sale.
Yeah. Mine's a little bit too simplistic. My descriptions are really good in it. I'm proud of them. But like for example, in mine right here, it doesn't have the girl holding them. You don't really see the eyes that kind of show greed. You just see the swords in that position. So if you know what you're looking for, you would know what it is.
So this is a good beginner deck, though.
Yeah, this is the one I started out with, and it turned out fine.
Yeah, I mean, it does. You could look at a lot of the cards and try and somewhat convey a message. Now they're just staring at your really cool bandana. You got something else you might want to put out there? And when am I going to learn which way is in and which way is out on the Zoom?
Never.
I know, after like what's it been? Almost a 2-year hiatus?
So we'll just draw one card, doesn't have any original ones, and then we'll just see what it means. And then that'll be the end of the video.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
4 of Pentacles reversed. Now, like I've mentioned in earlier ones, I like using the direct translation when I'm reviewing a deck for myself. Greed, hoarding, taking what isn't yours, and wasting resources.
Now, why is... We've covered this in other videos, but if this is the only video somebody's ever seen... Well, why do you consider reverse cards to be important and then other authors don't?
Well, in my opinion, reverse cards can give meanings that aren't in the other ones upright.
Oh, I got you. Like, there's no comparable to it.
So rather than just having 78 cards, if you used reverse, then you have more like 156.
That makes sense. So that can give you some clarity. Now, do these tell... Do you look at this as an advice device. Or a fortune-telling device?
Advice. I look at it as, if you do this, this is what's going to happen.
Huh?
Yeah.
And so if we were to end a video, what would happen?
We would say...
Likes, subscribes, bye-byes.